Okay, let's talk about funding college. Now, you need to go into paying for college with a plan. You need to have some money available to either pay for college as you go or pay back the college loans. So, even if you're a senior right now with no money saved for college, you can still start one of these plans and be ready for the college loan payments. In other words, you can get about a 4 or 5 year head start, okay? So, how you pay for college is 10 times more important than how much you pay for college. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to maximize your financial aid, your scholarships, your grants, your discounts, but after you've done all that you can do, you want to make sure that you're paying for college in the smartest and most efficient way possible. So, if you pay for college correctly, you could get a complete college funding refund. Now, traditionally, there's only two ways to pay for college. Number one, you pay cash, okay? So you can use your cash flow, you can drain your savings, you can use a 529 plan to pay for college, maybe one of those prepaid tuition plans. But these are the most common ways to pay for college when you're using cash. The second option is to borrow and pay back, okay? That's borrow and pay back. So you're going to use one of those Stafford loans, maybe the actual student loans. You're going to use possibly a Parent Plus loan to pay for college. You're going to use a private loan, maybe a home equity loan. But in reality, no matter which way you go in both scenarios, you're not going to have anything left for retirement. Now, usually you're going to use a combination of the two. Most people have a little bit of money saved, then they're going to plan on borrowing the rest, or they plan on cash flowing some of it and borrowing the rest. But no matter what, in either scenario, if you follow the traditional way of paying for college, you're not going to have any of that money left for retirement. And that's a problem. Okay, so paying for college and getting all of your money back in retirement is as simple as earning a positive spread on your money. Okay, let me say that again. Paying for college and getting all of your money back in retirement is as simple as getting a positive spread on your money. In other words, you need to earn a greater average return on your money over time and borrow other people's money at a lower rate. In other words, you want to leverage your money instead of spending your money. It's just like the billionaires are doing with their stocks. They're leveraging their assets and borrowing against it. It's the same thing. Now, this is true even if you have a high school senior with no money saved for college. It's also true if you have a college student that you're trying to pay as you go, because if we have some of these forbearance options where we can use the college loans forbearance options where we can just push the payments down the road long enough, we can set up one of these plans and get it in place. Okay, so earlier we talked about how if you're going to pay cash for 1 year of college versus borrow from 1 year of college, and they're both at 5%, then it's the same, right? So let's just take this concept and talk about it a little bit more in detail. If we spread that out over 30 years and we borrow the money and don't pay it back for 30 years at 5%, versus taking the money that we could have earned interest for the next 30 years at 5%, it's the same, okay? We're either going to lose $104,000 in interest over 30 years, or we're going to pay $104,000 in interest over 30 years. But what if we could earn 6% over 30 years and use that money as collateral to borrow at 5% over 30 years? It's just a 1% positive spread. Now think about it like two cars driving down the freeway from California to New York. If one car is going 50 miles an hour and the other car is going 60 miles an hour, by the time they leave the neighborhood, there's not much of a difference. But by the time they go from California to New York and one's going 60 and the other's going 50 the whole time, that's a massive difference or spread over time. Okay? So in fact, we're talking about $150,000 in interest that you could have earned versus paying $104,000 in interest. That's a difference of $46,000 over 30 years. And that is a college funding refund, right? That's a refund. That's getting $46,000 back even after you pay for college. Now that was just 1 year of college. What about 4 years of college? Let's say we borrow $120,000 versus trying to finance it ourselves, right? Instead of trying to pay cash and draining our savings or use our cash flow, what if we borrow the entire cost of college and we start saving our money and earning on our money? With a 1% spread on 120,000, you're talking about 602,000 in interest versus 400,000 in interest. That's huge. That's a full college funding refund. That's a difference of $186,000. You only contributed $120,000 towards the plan, and now you could get $186,000 back after paying for college.